welcome to our virtual Grade Naught Information Evening. Thank you for joining us. My name is Jacinta Lucas and I'm privileged to be the head of this very special school. How sad that we are not able to be together in person for this information evening. I do, however, hope that although we are only able to meet virtually, you will still find the evening useful and that it will answer some of the questions that you might have. If you have not already visited us, please may I invite you to contact our marketing department to arrange a private tour of our beautiful school. If during the evening you have any questions regarding Holy Rosary or Grade Naught, please feel free to type your questions in the chat and we will do our best to answer them by the end of the evening. If your question requires an answer that is too detailed for this chat forum, we will ask you for your email address so that we can contact you over the next couple of days. Holy Rosary School is an independent school with full Umalusi accreditation and is a member of ISASA, the Independent Schools Association of South Africa. As an ISASA school, we are evaluated every 6 years as ISASA continually quality assures its schools rigorously. Amongst many things, Holy Rosary has a proud academic record. We have a consistent 100% pass rate in the Independent Examination Board's National Senior Certificate exams, and we frequently also have 100% bachelor degree passes. This is a remarkable achievement. Despite the challenge presented by COVID last year, our class of 2020 achieved amazing matric results. We believe that our greatest task is to nurture God-given talents and to prepare our girls for the fast-changing world that awaits them at the end of their school years. The world of work that they will enter will be vastly different from what we have now. Each and every girl has her own unique talents. Our responsibility as parents and teachers is to help our girls to recognize these talents. The school then needs to be a place where the opportunities are provided for these talents to be nurtured and developed so that each girl can achieve her own full potential. I firmly believe that as your daughter matures and develops her talents, she will discover her real passion and her own niche in the school. Holy Rosary School was founded by an Irish order, the Missionary Sisters of the Holy Rosary, in 1940. We have a proud Catholic heritage, and everything we do is anchored in the teachings of Jesus, the ultimate teacher. Although the sisters are no longer teaching in our school, we proudly continue their mission of educating young women of Africa and thus empowering them to take their place in society. As a Catholic school, we are affiliated to the Catholic Board of Education, which is tasked with ensuring that all Catholic schools in South Africa remain true to their Christian ethos. We truly value each and every girl in our school, no matter of her religion, her culture or race. We strive to make Holy Rosary a school where our girls feel safe, respected and happy, and above all, where they experience a sense of belonging. For you to get a real feel for our school, you need to see our girls in action. We will begin with a short video showing our girls participating in various school activities. Thereafter, our pre-primary principal, Lisa Latray, will share with you a day in the life of a Grade Naught girl at Holy Rosary School. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Lisa Latray, and I'm the principal of the Holy Rosary Pre-Primary. Tonight, we are going to be focusing on our Grade 0 department. How often, when you fetch your daughter from school every day, you say to your girls, "How was your day?" And they say, "Fine." Say, "What did you do?" "We did nothing. We just played all day." And I know that's very difficult for parents to hear, as they are paying a lot of money for their daughters to go to school. So what we have done is we are going to take you through a typical day in Grade 0. And then you can see more or less what your girls have been doing throughout the day. So to start off, I'd like to introduce you to our staff members. I have my own class. I teach a Grade 0 class, and I have an assistant teacher called Madeira. In the second Grade 0 class, we have Diane Horston, and her assistant is Aletta. Very, very valuable nursery school assistants that we have at Holy Rosary, who have been nursery school trained and have been with us for a long time. We have Eric, who works in our garden. He's a very valuable member of our community, our school community. He helps us to keep our garden looking beautiful, opening the sandpit, raking away the leaves, and he's also a great help in the car park when we need him in the mornings. Before I continue, I would like to just remind you that everything that we have been doing this year and last year, we have adhered to COVID protocols, strict COVID protocols. So in the mornings when the girls come to school, they are screened by our teachers, their temperature is taken, their bags and their hands are sanitized. We have what we call is our COVID classroom. It's not a normal Grade 0 environment for our girls, but it's something that we've had to adapt to. Each little girl has their own area for where they sit. They have their own stationery. They call it their little office, so that we can make sure that we adhere to all of those COVID protocols. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go through a typical day in Grade 0. We start off the morning with our morning ring. This is where we say hi to the girls, we get to know them, they do their show and tell, they tell us their news, and we generally discuss what can be expected throughout the rest of the day. We work according to weekly themes. So here we have a theme on babies, which was so great for our girls this year. And actually every year that we do this theme, the girls get to bring their babies to school. They go to creche while the moms are at work. We bath the babies and then we take them for a walk around the school. All of our art activities will revolve around the particular theme, and each theme can run from 2 to 3 weeks depending on the theme itself. So we start off the day, we finished with our morning ring, and we start off the day with our creative activities. Here we have painting shirts that the girls need to wear to protect their uniform. It is something that they get at the beginning of Grade 0, and they take it up with them into foundation phase. We put out painting activities. We paint most days in Grade 0, and we use all different mediums, whether they're painting with paintbrushes or painting with baby bottles or millicops or whatever it may be. And it's really fun for the girls to get creative and start exploring their creativity through paint. We bake once a week, which is great fun for the girls. And through this baking, the girls are learning all different skills, whether it be spreading or mixing or following a recipe or even just washing their own dishes. They look forward to their baking day. They look forward to eating their baking at the end of the day. And very often when they leave to go home, they're quickly eating their baking before their siblings can get it, before they get into the car. Cutting is a very, very important part of the girls' development. We have different cutting activities for the girls. It can either be directed cutting or free cutting, but they need to learn. They start off with basic cutting skills and then they go on to more complex shapes throughout the year. Another activity that the girls get to enjoy is playing with dough. They each have their own dough at their little table so that they can keep themselves busy and become creative with their dough throughout the morning. Drawing is a very, very important part of the girls' development, and you will see how their drawings develop throughout the year. They'll start off at the beginning of the year with very basic drawings, and by the end of the year you'll be amazed at wonderful creations that they are bringing home. While the girls are completing all of these creative activities, they are given the freedom to play as well. So this is where all of their organizational skills come in. So they are allowed to play on the carpet with the various toys that are out for them, and we do have sanitizing bottles throughout the classroom that they sanitize before they pick up those toys to play. They have the opportunity to play at the Lego table in the passageway. One of the favorite parts of our department is the dress-up corner. and so much fun happens in that dress-up corner. Not all of the girls will venture into that part of the school to play, but there's a lot of interesting conversations that take place in that corner, and there they're allowed to be creative and have the freedom to just explore all the different outfits and the high heel shoes and have so much fun. Each classroom has their own Barbie corner, which is a very popular part of the classroom, and the girls will go and play there once they have finished their activities and they have some free play time. In our passageway, we each have chalkboards outside of our classrooms, and this is a great area for the girls to play in. You'll see the girls adventure to the chalkboards throughout the day. At the beginning of the year, they're doing little squiggles and drawing pictures, and by the end of the year, they're actually writing letters and writing words, and that is all incidentally. So that is a great part of the school as well for the girls to explore. Puzzle building is also a very, very important part of the girls' development, and they're expected to build puzzles throughout the year. Each classroom has a sensory table where we put out various activities for the girls to explore each week. Each classroom also has their own little back garden. We have a swing and a trampoline in the back garden, so the girls can also relax there in between the activities. Once the girls have finished all of their creative activities and they have tidied up their classroom, it's time to go into the garden. And the girls at Holy Rosary do not go into the garden unless they have hats on their heads. Those hats are kept at school, they are washed on a weekly basis, so the girls get into the habit of wearing a hat no matter what the weather outside. A very important part of the girls' development is the free play in the garden, and climbing on the jungle gyms is also extremely important. Not only does it develop their upper body strength, but it also allows the girls time to socialize with their friends while climbing. A very popular part of our garden is the bike track. It's great fun to see the girls playing on the bike track. We see a lot of road rage on that bike track as well, but that is also a great area for them to play. We also have a car wash sometimes when we put out water play near the bike track, so it really, really is a lot of fun. A very important part of the girls' development is to develop their upper body strength, and that is why we have the monkey bars in our garden for the girls to experiment on. We have a putt area in our garden for all our budding golfers. Another great area in our garden is our Teletubby Hill. Often the girls hide in the tunnel from their parents when they come to fetch them at the end of the day, but they also have lots of fun on top of this hill. We also put out outside toys for the girls to play with. Maybe they don't feel like climbing or riding a bike or playing on the swings, so we put out some other toys for the girls to enjoy as well. Once the girls have had some free play time in the garden, we come inside, we wash our hands, and then it's time to have a little snack. That is a snack that you will send to school. They sit at their little tables, we say grace, and we have our snack for the mid-morning snack, which needs to be healthy food, please. Every Friday we have a very special event, and that is Tuck Shop. Each little girl is given the opportunity to bring snacks for her friends on a Friday. They each get little purses where they bring their money to school on a Friday. The lunch boxes are empty, and the Tuck girl is the one that serves her friends on that day, and they really look forward to having their turn to be the Tuck girl. A very important part at Holy Rosary is our religious education program, and that is the reason that our school is actually here. It is what underpins our school, it is the ethos of our school, and the girls are taught good Christian values. Each morning they say their prayers when they come to school, we say grace in the middle of the day, and we end off each day with a prayer. The girls are taught all the different Bible stories, they attend Mass once a term for a short period of time, but this is an extremely important part of Holy Rosary. Once the girls have finished their snack at school, they start to move around to specialist lessons. And a very popular lesson and very important part is our PE program, where they actually go to swimming in the first term and this last term of each year. And it's a very, very exciting day. The girls look forward to it. They are divided into their ability groups, and they have their different PE teachers to help them. And they really look forward to that day. Later on in the year, or on a chilly day, the girls still attend PE, and they look at different other skills as well, like ball skills, mini hockey skills, athletic skills, and the girls will go to PE twice a week with their specialist teachers. The girls attend music lessons twice a week as well with a specialist teacher, and it's really lovely for us as class teachers to stand back and watch the girls interacting with other adults in the school, and it's also lovely to have these specialist teachers to help us if we have any events or performances that we need to put on. And The girls will attend twice a week and they do music and singing and percussion and instruments, and they really, really look forward to that as well. They attend drama lessons every week. This is where we have all our budding public speakers go to Sister Santa's for drama lessons. Each week the girls will go to our computer centre for EdTech lessons, and you would be amazed at what they can achieve during these lessons throughout the year. We have drumming lessons with teacher Bonnie, which is lovely to hear. They are right next to my classroom, and at the beginning of the lesson it's really noisy, but at the end of it you can actually hear a tune coming out of that drumming lesson. We do have special events throughout the year, and one of the most exciting events is our baby bathing day, when the girls are allowed to bring their babies to school and they take them for a walk around the school in their prams and they get to bath the babies. One of our favourite activities of the year is our grandparents' tea. That normally takes place in the second term, where the girls put on a concert for their grandparents and they have a tea party together. And it is so lovely to watch that wonderful relationship between a grandchild and a grandparent together. We put on a concert for all of our parents and families once a year. It is something we look forward to each year, and it's always lovely to see the girls' growth throughout the year, so we get to that point at the end of the year for the concert. A very exciting event each year is when we get to go and visit the Benny's boys, or the boys come to our school. It's such an exciting day, and the girls cannot wait to see their friends from nursery school. And it's so lovely to watch the girls and boys interacting together. Now we're coming to the end of the day, where it is story time. The girls have come inside, they've washed their hands, packed their bags, and we wind down with a story on the carpets. Now we go into the more formal side of the day, which is our perceptual time of the day, where the girls will use the stationery in their little purple boxes. This is where we look at all our pre-reading and our pre-math skills, our THRAS program, our listening program, and this is where we get the girls ready for formal education. A great part of Grade Naught at Holy Rosary is our critical and creative thinking program, and I would like to introduce Diane Horston to you. She's our creative and critical thinking warrior, and she'll take you into the next few slides to tell you what we do.
Good evening. I am Diane Horston, and I am a Grade R teacher, as well as the P4C coordinator for the primary school. I have been on my learning journey for 10 years now, and finally, I am a trainer for P4C as well as Thinking Moves. Now, you might be wondering, what is P4C? Well, it stands for Philosophy for Children. But there is a hidden meaning in that too. There are the 4 C's. We think about caring thinking, collaborative thinking, critical thinking, and creative thinking. If you look at the slide here, you will see that the children are putting out their hands. This is a very, very different approach to what we normally see in schools. We are a community together, and the children put out their hands to show if they wish to speak. You can also see that there is a Venn diagram. Here the children are grouping healthy and unhealthy food, and in the middle there might be a little bit of both. The question board. This is always a great amount of fun. The children are given a question of the week, and they have to weigh up their answers. They have to decide which side of the board they are going to put up their name. This week we did, would you prefer to live in an igloo or in a houseboat? Now the children really have to weigh up their thinking, and when they listen to the other children speaking, they might just change their minds and see that there are better reasons. When we do P4C and critical thinking, the teacher becomes part of the group. We listen carefully to what the children are saying, and we document their thinking. Over here, you can see that we are doing something called a concept line. We are creating a concept construction for the children. We were looking at babies, and what do babies need more, and what do babies need less? The children had to put their little pictures on the line where they thought it belonged. Did the baby need more of this, or did the baby need less of this? It is very interesting to see that the children really thought deeply, and some thought that maybe milk was more important than a mother's love, but others reasoned that a mother would not feed her baby if she did not love them. You can see that these little girls of 5 and 6 are thinking very, very deeply. We are very excited to introduce the A to Z of thinking moves. And as I said earlier, I am a trained A to Z trainer. And I'm very excited training all the teachers in the school about thinking moves. Now it says this is metacognition made simple. You might ask, what is metacognition? Well, simply put, it's thinking about your thinking. That already makes my brain hurt, thinking about your thinking. But these moves really help you to understand your thinking and the types of thinking that you are doing. We have learned so far about thinking ahead, thinking back, connecting and dividing and grouping, and you heard earlier, weighing up and ordering. Now, we don't just use these moves so that we know what type of thinking we're doing. We use them to better our thinking. And you will also see that we use thinking maps. We actually have a lot of tools to help children to think creative and critically. But one of our tools is thinking maps, as well as the A to Z of thinking moves.
We are very fortunate at Holy Rosary School to have an academic support unit that we can make use of. So we have the specialists at our school, we have a speech therapist, Di Irons, and we have our occupational therapists, Kimberly and Renata. So if your daughter has any areas that you need support with, this is the year that all the cute lisps have to be sorted out before they go to grade 1, we can turn to these specialists for help. We've come to the end of the day, and we do have an extramural program which is privately run. This is purely voluntary, but it will be at an additional cost. So we have karate and play ball and gymnastics and pottery, and each specialist comes to school on a different day for your daughter to take part in at the end of the day. So we've come to the end of the day in grade 0. As you can see, it's been a very busy and exciting day. We meet moms and dads at the gate to say goodbye, and I hope that you have got more of an insight into what happens in grade 0 throughout the day. If you have any questions that you would like to send in, please, we will be online for the next 20 minutes. Thank you for joining us.
Holy Rosary is the best school ever. I love Holy Rosary School because I have lots of friends. I love my teachers. I like the playground. I love Holy Rosary because I have beautiful teachers and beautiful friends. I love Holy Rosary because Holy Rosary has fun activities and you can play on the rides. Holy Rosary is the best school ever!